Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. And if you're in the U.S., I think the U.S. is the only one that celebrates Labor Day. Hey, Moshi Moshi. Hey, Kersplat, Moshi Moshi. Hello, Mr. Moshi Moshi. How are you doing? Yeah, if you celebrate Labor Day, hope you have a good day tomorrow as well. I will be on tomorrow at some time. Plan to have like a longer than usual stream tomorrow. You're good, just chilling. Nice, nice. But yeah, so yeah, gonna take advantage of the holiday tomorrow to maybe do a bit more than I normally would on a Monday. But today's gonna be a little bit lighter. Today's gonna be more of a makeup stream. I missed Friday's stream, so I'm gonna kind of follow up on that, see what we get done, see what we do, and you know, mostly just prep for tomorrow's stream. It should be fun. What are we going to do? I am going to actually take a look at starting to do video export in the third dimension. If you watched the last stream, last Monday, I got video export from Kineo working in visionOS. But it's just the same video export that we have in the iPad version of Kineo, where you export to a traditional 2D video. And what I wanted to figure out is, can we get to the point where we can export 3D video so that you can share this between people who have Vision Pros, and you can kind of take advantage of being able to watch the Kineo animation exactly the way you expect it to be watched, but without having to download the app. That's the goal here. I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to do today, mostly because I don't have all of the support for that. Like, I don't have support for 3D playback even without video, like supporting it outside of the app done yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just prove it out today, or disprove it out today. And, you know, once we get more of the app built, maybe be able to prove out, or sorry, not prove out, but, you know, be able to actually build out the full video export at a later date, once we've proved that it is even possible today. So that's the goal for today's stream, is just see, like, is this even something that we can do from Swift at all, basically. So what we're going to take a look at is, this is Apple's sample code for 3D video. And the big bummer here is that Apple's sample code for 3D video basically just plays 3D videos that they're hosting on their own server. Hilariously, from Apple, if you've been around with Apple for a while, you remember their whole ATS, App Transport Security, that they required HTTPS for everything. They're not serving this over HTTPS. This is all over HTTP. So I found that amusing. I don't know if that was hilarious to literally anybody else, but I found it funny. But yeah, they just serve pre-baked 3D video. So they're not doing anything in here that is generating 3D video. But what I wanted to get from this is an experience of, like, what 3D video in the visionOS simulator is even supposed to be like. And I kind of came away with this kind of confused. So I'm not even sure that we can really test this in the simulator, is what I'm kind of determining. And so this might be, whoops, that was not at all what I wanted to do. This might be a fruitless exercise entirely. It's basically, I'm gonna warn people up front. This may be, we're not really sure what we're gonna end up with, but that's where we're gonna start. So we've got this sample app. This is the sample code Apple provides, and basically it's got a bunch of different videos to take a look at, and you can pop one open and you can play it. I'm realizing that I never fixed my sound, so let me get the sound working. You know donuts will show up eventually, and want to set off fireworks. And we need to make sure that those fireworks work. But more importantly, I think we're gonna play some video, and so we'll see the audio here. But this is what happens. You tap this, and you get this immersive environment, and then you click play video, and it'll load up, and here's your video. Exciting, right? Now here's the part that I haven't quite figured out yet. Is that if we move around, it kind of fades, because it's like, oh, you're moving. We don't want you to, you know, trip over something. And what I'm trying to figure out in here is, are we getting any parallax effect at all from this video? And I kind of feel like we are, but it is incredibly subtle. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, is this rock moving more than this rock is moving? And I honestly am having trouble determining that. Or is this grass moving more than this other grass is moving? And that's the part that I haven't been able to figure out yet. And unfortunately, if you hit back and you try to start everything over again, the app just doesn't work anymore. So that's another problem that I've run into. But I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to build and run this. I'm going to try to almost like screenshot this. So we're going to come over here. We're going to screenshot this. We're going to walk over to the left. We're going to wait for it to come back. See, now the other part is like this immersive environment is very small. We're going to screenshot this. And maybe walk a little bit more over here. Screenshot this. And then I guess what I want to do is I want to try to like take those screenshots and see if we can tell that there's like a difference between those rocks. So like, let's just open these all up in Acorn. And what we should see, nope. I was gonna say what we should see is that these boxes all line up, and then we can at least see if the rocks don't line up. But we don't seem to be getting that. So I think what I need to do is I need to just take all of these screenshots and pile them on top of each other. And then at least line those up and see if there's like a misalignment between the rocks. That's my hope. That's where we're going to start with this. So let's hide the top layer entirely. And let's make this like slightly opaque. And then let's try to line these up. And I want to try to line up this rock in the front. That seems good. And then see if there's any change in that rock in the back. I'm not seeing much of one. See, so this is going to be the problem, is we've got this 3D... Or sorry, we've got this simulator, and the simulator is entirely 2D. So I don't know that we're going to be able to see anything, even if we do have 3D video. So anyway, now that we've got that one, let's go ahead and do this one. We're gonna do the same deal. We're gonna move, oops, this one, line it up. Are we seeing anything change between that front rock and that back rock? I don't think we are. So I think what we're seeing here is we're only seeing one side of this UI. So there's a couple different approaches that we could take, I think. One is we can try building this out anyway. And then basically try to flip like what the primary eye is for this video. And I'll explain more what that means later. And then just see if we get two different views of that video regardless. We can try doing things that way. That's option 1. Option 2 is I can go back to what I did a while ago and use my MetaQuest headset and see if that works for the 3D video. Thing is, I remember that being a pain in the butt and it didn't work very well. And I have absolutely zero hope that it's actually going to work. So that's a lot of work for, I don't expect it to have any gain. But it would prevent me from going down the rabbit hole of like even trying the 3D video thing, knowing it's not going to work. So which rabbit hole is less of a pain, I guess is my question. Is it the MetaQuest route, or is it the 3D video route? Which one should I start with? The MetaQuest route would definitely answer real quick whether or not it's even going to kind of work, I guess. No, I think I'm gonna start with the 3D video. Because if I do that, because the thing, this is frustrating. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I'm kind of like talking myself into both directions of it. If I do it with, if I do the MetaQuest route, I don't know that the quality of it is good enough for me to even be able to tell the parallax with that. I don't know how good that's going to be. So I could put that on. I could do all the work to put that on, get it working, put it on, and still not be able to definitively answer, is the 3D video thing going to work at all? Whereas if I do the 3D video first, I can set up a like extreme example where you're feeding one eye pure red and one eye pure blue, and then put the MetaQuest on, and then very definitively be able to answer, do I see one thing through one eye and one thing through the other eye? I think that might be the better approach. So let's try that. I've talked myself into which way I'm going to go with this. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to actually export a video in 3D. And how does that work? Well, this is the research that I did over the weekend. Apple has a developer video. Let me see if I can go find that again. About what video for Vision Pro looks like. It was like spatial, but everything is spatial. Deliver video content for spatial experiences. This is the one. And they kind of talk through what the video content looks like. But what they don't talk about is producing the video content really at all. And they certainly don't talk about what producing the video content in Swift code or in code at all is. But they do kind of talk about here's what the format looks like in general. And basically what they say is they've got this video track. The video track provides a left eye and a right eye image. And there's also like this metadata track that provides some other information. I like how this is horribly blurry right now, so you can't even really read it. But anyway, yeah, you've got this video track. Video track provides a bunch of different frames. Each frame has a left eye and a right eye. you also provide this VexU metadata. And this VexU metadata says...
This will be both left and right.
Oh, stereo view information. I don't remember what this is. But also the hero stereo eye. And basically what the hero stereo eye is, if I am a 2D renderer, like this simulator seems to be, which eye do you want to be the primary eye? Do you want it to be your left eye or your right eye? And you can kind of just pick and choose. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to deliver this 3D video. I'm going to deliver pure red to the left eye, pure blue to the right eye, and then flip this hero stereo eye description and see if we get different values, or see if we did get different experiences in playing back this video on the visionOS simulator. That's where I'm going to start. That's kind of my working approach, I guess. So yeah, let's get started with that. We're going to go to my existing video exporter. And, hey, KNH, how are you doing? Happy holiday weekend to you as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this video exporter. I think eventually I want this to be maybe the same file. Maybe not, actually. I think I'm just going to duplicate this video exporter and create a 3D video exporter. And it's going to share a lot of code. Or rather, it's not going to share a lot of code. It's going to duplicate a lot of code. But I think that's okay. We're going to start there. And then we'll change that after the fact. I also realized that I changed this to HEVC here, and I committed that. But this one should be H.264. We're going to say that. That was me messing around with stuff while I was researching things over the weekend. I don't think that's where we want to stay. This 3D video does have to be HEVC, not H.264. That's part of their format. If you go look here, they have this new format called MV-HEVC, which is multi-view HEVC, multi-view high efficiency video codec, if you want the full expansion to that acronym. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to start. Video exporter, writer input, blah, blah, blah. Let's just duplicate this. 3D video exporter. Copy, pasta, rename. Oh, we can't start type names with numbers. So I guess this is going to be video exporter 3D rather than 3D video exporter. I think that's how Geometry Reader 3D works, right? Yeah, Geometry Reader 3D. Not a problem. All right, so what are the things that we need to change? I think one we need to change is definitely this video codec type. This has got to be HEVC. This was the other thing that I discovered, and this maybe end up, if we can't get this working, where we're gonna go. This also exports HEVC with alpha, and I kind of want to play with that real bad. I want to see what that looks like. So if we can't do 3D video, this may end up being a HEVC with alpha stream, because I kind of want to see what happens if we export a video with an alpha channel and then like try pulling that into Final Cut or something, because I think you could do some fun stuff with that, where basically I could use Kineo to draw animations that I could then overlay on like YouTube videos and stuff. I think that'd be fun. But anyway, that's getting a million miles ahead of myself. We're gonna start with HEVC. The other thing, I'm not 100% sure, like, can I do an MP4? Which, first of all, is MP4 even the right path extension for that? Shouldn't it be M4V? HEVC path extension. Mover MP4. Okay. But I also want to say, like, MP4 path extension should be M4V instead of MP4 versus M4V. Oh, they are similar. The main difference between M4V and MP4 is that an M4V file can enjoy DRM copy protection. We don't need that. Okay, so I guess I actually don't care. MP4 is great. HEVC, on the other hand. In MP4, can I do that? No, that's converting HEVC to MP4. I do know that there's this difference between like a codec and a container format, and I don't know which is which with high HEVC. This is the problem. Yeah, because like H.264 can be in MP4, but can HEVC be in MP4? This is the part that I don't understand yet. Container support. Oh, here we go. HEVC support by different operating systems. Codec support. Hey, Holix, how are you doing? Yeah, this went crazy and I don't understand what happened. Yeah, container support, Mac OS. This is really all I care. Technically, I care about iOS more, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, container support, MP4. So I think I do still want this to be MP4. I could also make it MOV, but whatever. Trying to figure out how to update your Vapor project from 5.6 to 5.8 and then update the template. Ooh, I've never tried updating a Vapor project. I've only ever just stuck them with whatever they were built with. What's different between 5.6 and 5.8? When did they add the async support? Because I think that would be the biggest jump. Is like, oh, now I can use async await instead of futures everywhere. Or event loop. But yeah, I think this is what I want. Lots of additional async support. Nice. Yeah, I've never tried updating a Vapor project because you would have to update not only Vapor, but like all of the little sub dependencies, right? Because they've got like Vapor kit stuff. Yeah, I've got no idea. Hey, thanks for the follow, Nerd Geek TV. All right, so yeah, I think we're gonna stick with MP4. That was a long-winded rabbit hole to figure out that I need to do that. You ended up hiring Tim from Vapor to do some work. Nice. That's cool. Just on like a contract gig or full-time hire. All right. So I think the next thing, contract gig to help with this project. Nice, 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 nice. I think the next thing that we need to do here is we have this AV Asset Writer Input Pixel Buffer Adapter. He did a code review on your Vapor stuff and now is doing your scraper. Okay, cool. You're doing your scraper in Vapor as well? A Vapor scraper? It's very fun to say. Vapor scraper. Yeah, so we have this AV Asset Writer Input Pixel Buffer Adapter. Say that 3 times fast. This is a tool that I have. You assume it's using Leaf. I thought Leaf was the templating system. It rendered stuff. Doesn't unrender, does it? Like convert, can you use Leaf to convert? Because I know you use Leaf to convert like Swift to HTML. Can you use Leaf in reverse to convert HTML back to Swift? Because that would be cool. I didn't know you could do that. Anyway, I guess, yeah, quick overview of how video export works. You have this AV asset writer, which at a high level takes stuff, takes a bunch of inputs, and turns it into an AV asset, which is basically just a representation of some video output thing. We will eventually take that AV asset and actually like dump it out. But an AV asset writer has a bunch of inputs. AV asset writer input, blah, blah, blah. That's not all that exciting. It's just like, here's one component of our final asset. What is interesting here is this AV asset writer input pixel buffer adapter, which basically says, I've got a bucket of pickles. I've got a bucket of pickles, and I want these pickles to feed into the input. So you take a bunch of pixels, a pixel buffer, and you say, I'm going to take this pixel buffer and I'm going to inject it into this input at a given time, basically. And that goes into your asset writer input. You tell your asset writer input, here's my asset writer, etc., etc. That's basically all we're doing here. So this is where the bulk of, or I guess the most interesting part of our export happens, is that we say adapter, append, image, pixel buffer with presentation time. We take our image here, we turn it into a pixel buffer. This is, you don't need to know how this works. Don't worry about it. But basically we get this pixel buffer and we say adapter, take our image's pixel buffer, append it right here at this presentation time. This presentation time is basically somewhere a frame in our video. That's how that works. What we need to do 3D video, as far as I can tell, is we need to swap out this AV asset writer input pixel buffer adapter. Again, I'm going to keep saying that because it's very long and it's ridiculous and it's fun. But there's now an even more ridiculous thing. If we look in here, and I think actually we go to media, reading, and writing, there is a AV asset writer input tagged pixel buffer group adapter. And that's what we want for 3D. AV asset writer input tagged pixel buffer group adapter. And there's not a whole lot of documentation on this. So we're going to kind of just find out what happens. AV, yeah, I really need to paste this. And it doesn't matter that this is a class here, but it's fine. AV asset writer input tag pixel buffer group adapter. And it takes, that is a proper Java size type name. Yes, it is, Adam. Welcome. How is your weekend going so far? Asset writer input source pixel buffer. Oh, I saw that you had like a major, you're taking over your day job project. I know there was a little bit of bittersweetness, but it sounds like a good thing for the future of your project. And then, yeah, so we create this with this writer input. I kind of wondered, Muse is going full indie? Nice. That'll be fun. Can I get away with dropping the thing on this one? Because that would be really, really cool. I can. So yeah, let's go update our video exporter as well, just so we don't have to have this. All right. We're gonna get rid of that one. So now we have a tagged pixel buffer group adapter. Does anything change? Glad to have a future plan. Yeah. Invalid redeclaration of export error. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Okay. And our adapter no longer has an append. That seems important. What is the equivalent here? So I think, yeah, what am I going to try? Adapter dot append, and then we can append tagged buffers. Now this was weird when I started looking at this, because we have append tagged buffers. This takes in an array of tagged buffers with a presentation time. Presentation time is easy. We've already got a presentation time. We've also got this append tagged pixel buffer group. And I don't think this should be public because this has a little double underscore in front of it. CM tagged buffer group. I feel like that one's not supposed to be public. So I think we need the other one. Append tagged buffers. Takes an array of buffers with presentation time. So that one's easy. We can pass in the presentation time. What are our tagged buffers though? This is where I need to figure that out. So what is a CM tagged buffer? CM tagged buffer can be created with a pixel buffer. Cool. Which I think is what we have here with our pixel buffer. And it comes with an array of tags. Okay, so let tagged buffer. And I assume we're going to need more than one tagged buffer. My guess is that we have a tagged buffer. The tag can be like what it is. I think that's how that's going to work. But so I think we're going to need a left tagged buffer and a right tagged buffer. But let's start with just a single tagged buffer. And so this comes with an array of tags and a pixel buffer. Our pixel buffer is going to be image.pixelBuffer. I do think we're eventually going to swap this out. Like I said, have like a pure left or a pure red and a pure blue for left and right eye just to test this out. But right now we have a pixel buffer that is exists. So let's use that one first. All right, so now we can look at CM tag. What do we got in CM tag? Ooh, we got some type methods, and that includes a stereo view. Stereo view and a stereo view interpretation. Interesting. Okay. We've also got like projection type and channel ID and media subtype, and I don't know if I need all of these or I don't know what all I need. What is projection type? Yeah, see, these are already interesting. I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to start with the stereo view stuff because I know that's important. Stereo view components. Look at that. Left eye, right eye. Boom. Okay. That seems important. We'll start with those. Stereo view interpretation. Order reversed and additional views. I don't know what those mean. So we're going to ignore those. We're going to start with the stereo view. So this seems to be a static func, and I think the other one was also a static var. Yeah. So we're going to say that this is our left tagged buffer. It has a tag of stereo view left eye. And then we can copy and paste this and right. So there's our image pixel buffer and our left tagged buffer and our right tagged buffer. Two different images, and that's all we need right now. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's say left tag buffer, right tag buffer with presentation time. Does that build? It kind of does. Append tagged buffer is unused. So did the other one, let's go back to video exporter. The other one, does it return a bool? And it does. It just must be marked discardable result. Or it's not. And I don't know why it doesn't complain. This one is marked as a bool and is also not marked as discardable result. And yeah, this one's not complaining. Or this one is complaining. Actually, let's just... I don't really know what to do there other than print uh-oh, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so now that we've got this working, we need to actually be able to call into it. And by working, I mean compiling, which is, you know, the first step of working. It's not all of the steps of working, but it is a start. Let's, yeah, let's call into this somewhere, right? Video exporter, export video from animation document. Perfect. This is just going to be video exporter 3D now. I think because the API matches, it should just be fine for free. Let's try it. Now, what I want to figure out is, do we have any way of presenting this? Do we have any way of even trying this out? I don't know. Let's go ahead and see what we get. I have a feeling that we're going to run into an issue where we export this. Do we have one of these? Here, we're going to start this over. Do we have one of these that actually has data in it? Yes. Did that print the word uh-oh anywhere? No. No, it did not. Okay, save to files. Yeah, what I'm concerned about, crashed. So I gotta be doing anything. Cannot create a new tagged buffer group adapter with missing value for KVT compression property key, MV HEVC layer IDs key in the writer's inputs output settings. I think you might have called that success a little too early. Cannot create a new tagged buffer group adapter with missing value for layer IDs in the writer inputs output settings. So we have our output settings here. That's this. We're missing this KVT compression property key video layer IDs. What is this? The identifiers of the video layers to encode in a multi-view encoding operation. This property is specific to MVHEVC. Specifying layer ID values advises the encoder. Just practicing. Yeah, it's fine. Advises the encoder to expect CM tag buffer group RAF objects with specific CM tag values that reference them. I mean, okay. I guess I need to import video toolbox now. The property value is a CF array containing video layer IDs as CF numbers. Cannot convert type of CF string. I guess. Let's see if that at least gives us a different error. I don't know if it will, because I think we're going to run into... It's still going to be mad that it is an empty array. Okay. Oh. Well, it is a different error. I don't like this error. Output settings dictionary contains one or more invalid keys. That's not a valid key. Let's bring this back and go back and read that other error again. So I think we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. Not this one. God. Okay. Well, let's try this one. We need. Cannot create a new tagged buffer group adapter with a missing value for this key. I'm gonna copy paste this error so that we can have it for later. And then we're gonna bring back this. And what I'm concerned about is we seem to have run into an error where we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. AV Asset Writer. Init with asset input, output settings, source format hints. Output settings dictionary contains one or more invalid keys, MV/HEVC, video layer IDs. Why is that an invalid key? Why is that an invalid key? First question. Second question. Is anything just an invalid key? If I say Cocoa type 4. It's really an invalid value for that key? Fair. That's a good point. That's definitely a option. Let's see what happens if I do this. Contains one or more invalid keys. Cocoa type. Okay. I guess some way to figure out what this would be. AV video codec key has this. I don't know what that's supposed to be. What is this supposed to be? AV video codec type. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I kind of want to see what happens if I just say Cocoa type is my codec. Will that give me the same error? Video codec Cocoa type is not compatible with file type MPEG-4. Okay, so it did recognize that that was the right thing, but it's not. Yeah, we're gonna try something else. Width is Cocoa type. We're just gonna keep putting the word Cocoa type in things until we understand what's going on, which might be a while. Must specify a positive width. Yeah, it seems like invalid values have like an actual error. I don't know if that's something else that we've done wrong. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Output settings is string to any. Yeah, this is. I'm weirded out by the fact that all of this stuff is in AV Foundation, and then that one that we found is in Video Toolbox. That seems weird. What happens if I literally hard code this here? All right, so it still doesn't like that. Yeah, I'm definitely weirded out by the fact that this is in Video Toolbox. Where's my other error again? Cannot create a tagged buffer group adapter with a missing value for the blah, blah, blah key in the writer inputs output settings. And this is our writer input here. AV asset writer input. Writer input. Writer input. I'm going to try putting a valid value in there. Hey! Thanks for the follow, or this mono. 6 months, half a year. Very nice. All right. So we need this, but we can't have it. Is what it's going. A follow? Mono finally followed me. Can you believe that? After all of this time. Yeah, it doesn't like this. I feel like that's interesting. It's been 6 months. You deserve a follow. Well, thank you. Okay, yeah, we said we were going to try putting actual valid values in here. That's what we're going to do. Requests multi-image encoding advises encoder to expect CM tag buffer groups with specific CM tags referencing these video layer IDs. Containing video layer IDs as CF numbers. Is CF number toll-free bridge to like int? Can I do like 1? I as in Monday morning meets for last hour and a half. You were in Monday morning meetings for the last hour and a half? Gross. You should come to the States where we are spending our time celebrating the people who brought us the 40-hour work week. And therefore we're not working this Monday. It's fine. We're celebrating unions. And the power of the people. The power of the workers. Which is definitely a thing that America's real big on. You celebrated that by working 16 straight hours today? Gross. You have a holiday coming up soon where Kiss is playing. You have holidays centered around specific bands? Is Kiss even an Australian band? I don't actually know where Kiss is from. American. AFL Grand Final. Is that considered a holiday? I want to know if like just foreign governments, foreign to the band in particular, can just declare this is a holiday where this band has to show up. Like, we are declaring it Kiss Day here in Australia. Kiss must be here. We are requiring it. They're just going to extradite Kiss just to play for their holiday. It's only a state holiday. Okay, so what we got here, yeah, this didn't work. We put in what we think was a value, and it didn't work. We had the Killers one here, nice. I only know like 2 Killers songs, and they're the 2 that everybody knows, but, hey. That's still, you know, 2 of the most popular songs in the world. I mean, what they said, like, Mr. Brightside has been, like, a #1 hit for the longest ever of any song. And not #1 hit, but, like, in the, like, top 100. Yeah, Mr. Brightside. And then the other one that I am thinking of is, Somebody Told Me. That's a Killer song, right? Yeah, by the Killers. Okay, I think I need to go back to this header and see if I can learn more things about it. What does this mean? What do these values do? Where are they supposed to go? I feel like, yeah. Standard video toolbox compression properties. For configuring VT compression sessions. Have I run into problem? No. VT compression sessions. I don't know what a VT compression session is. That seems like a problem. I kind of feel like there's got to be something in here. I was going to say, there's got to be something in here that's in AV Foundation, but it doesn't look like it. These are just output settings presets. So that doesn't really help me. Cannot create a new tagged buffer group adapter with a missing value for this key in the writer inputs output settings. But if I put that key in there, then it dies. So my guess is there's actually like a nested settings that I need here, and that there's some kind of setting in here in AV asset writer input that is like a compression settings, and that inside of that, that's where I stick this. That's my current working theory. Let's see if we can figure out if that theory makes any sense at all. So we got our AV video codec key. So AV video settings feels like, ooh, here we go. Aha. A video settings dictionary may take one of two forms. For compressed video output, use only the keys in this header, AV video settings.h. Sorry, one second, I gotta fix my other screen. For uncompressed video output, start with the pixel buffer keys in core video CV pixel buffer.h. In addition to the keys in CV pixel buffer.h, uncompressed video settings may also contain the following keys: pixel aspect ratio, clean aperture, scaling mode key, color properties key, allow wide color key. It is an error to add any other keys to an uncompressed... Oh, hold on. It is an error to add any other settings keys to an uncompressed video settings dictionary. So now I'm confused because are we compressed or are we uncompressed? I feel like the fact that we're saying video codec means we must be compressed. But then okay, so what happens if I go into here? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to what if I get rid of everything else? And I only have that KBT compression property key. Is that still an error? Output settings dictionary does not contain any recognized keys. Okay. So I didn't like that. I meant to comment out this other one. Same deal. Okay. So I don't think that that's not the right approach. Let's come back to here. What other things do we have? AV video codec key. Do we have other keys in here? Video width key, video height key. We're already using those. Pixel aspect ratio key. Not super useful. Clean aperture key. Video scaling mode key. Video color properties key. Allow wide color key. Compression property key. Hey, here we go. Aha! The value for this key is an instance of NS Dictionary containing properties to be passed down to the video encoder. Package the below keys in an instance of NS Dictionary and use it as the value. Package the below keys. The below keys. I guess that's all of these though, right? Fair enough. Also, I think this might solve a different problem that we have. H.264 only, bits per second. Frame interval key. Frame interval duration key. Because we have really bad output, and I'm wondering if it's because our bitrate is trash. And that's because we're not specifying a bitrate. But I also feel like that's something for later. However, this compression properties key, fill that in an NS dictionary. So let's take this. So we're going to bring this back. And then we're going to bring this here. And this is an NS dictionary. This goes inside that. Yeah? What happens if we do that? We're getting closer. I feel like this is at least a different error. Hey, we're getting somewhere. Terminating app due to uncaught exception. Compression property MV-HEVC video layer IDs is not supported for the video codec type HVC1. I feel like that's not the right video codec. That we are saying that our video codec is HEVC, but we should be saying that our video codec is MV-HEVC. And I don't know what that video codec type is, but I think I know where I can find that out. Because this thing had a bunch of garbage. And by garbage, I mean great docs that have this old, like, sweet Apple doc style. So you know when it's got the, like, this color blue? These are the good docs. Even though they were written in 2023. I feel like the only person in chat who might recognize this is K&H, but this is how you know you got the good docs. But yeah, I'm looking for the 4-color code for, or sorry, the 4-character code, not the 4-color code for MV-HEVC. Yeah, because this has a bunch of 4-character codes in it, but this is for the metadata. And what I need is the 4-character code for MVHVC. Hey. Now, Apple docs are top class that people line up to read. I mean, people would line up to read them if there were any there to read. I think that might be an important thing. People are starving for Apple documentation, and they would love it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's always there. It doesn't exist. And welcome to the chat, Stacking. How are you doing? Yeah, so this is content of an MVHVC thing, but it doesn't seem to tell me about the codec itself. I think that's missing still. Stereo video interoperability profile, video contour map palette. That's definitely not what we want. Let's look at this one. Constraints, whoops. File type brand. Oh, that didn't help. Yeah, my guess is that there's some other codec name, basically, that I'm missing. What's the difference between HVC1 and HEV1? But what one do we actually need? Apple is all about quality over quantity. You'll go to the steakhouse and eat that perfect 1 gram steak, but it'll change your life. See, but they used to have quality and quantity in their documentation. They used to have just, you know, good documentation. Important note, this constant is used to select the appropriate encoder, but it is not used on the encoded content, which is backwards compatible and hence uses HVC1 as its codec type. So I think, yeah, what I'm missing here is that I need to know what that value is for MVHEVC. HEVC video with alpha interoperability profile. Ooh, maybe that interoperability profile. Yeah, look at this. Because this one is video with alpha. And this apparently mentioned MUXA. Movie files containing tracks conforming to this should signal by including MUXA in their list of minor brands. So what was this one? I think maybe I was in the right place. Are not required. But are not restricted in doing so. But if we wanted to signal this, what would we use? Should signal this by including MUXA in their list of minor brands. You don't have to, but if we wanted to, what would it be? That seems important. Been doing some Objective-C and reading Apple Docs in the last week. It's been interesting. Interesting how? Have you actually gotten to see some of the older docs? Your parentheses are square. Yeah, that happens a lot in Objective-C. I was joking the other day that it's like Lisp, but more square. You got the brackets everywhere. Hey, thanks for the follow, Tollway70. None of these seem to be specific to... MV-HEVC. There's a software repository. Nothing in here. Is there anything in the bug tracker? This is really what I want to figure out. Is like... where... Yeah. What magic 4 letters do I need to pass into this to give me multi-view? There's got to be a value. There has to be some value. I kind of wonder, yeah, can I get information about what this is? AV output settings preset enum and a string enum. Let's just set a breakpoint and actually I'm already basically at a breakpoint. These are all just things here, right? Okay, so PO dot, let's say, for example, this one. Well, that's not a very helpful raw value. I was hoping that I was going to be able to get some kind of input out of this. AV output settings preset. Okay, what is this used for? Video settings. God. Everything's so zoomed in. AV output settings assistant. Well, that seems useful. Use an output settings assistant to create the video and audio settings. Hey, thank you for the file. Thank you for the follow, Kyle Wiggs. Okay, so we've got an asset, right? Okay, so output settings assistant, and we can init it with a preset. And then that preset gives us a video settings and a source format dictionary. All of these things? Ooh. Okay. First of all, why was I not using this before? Because that seems super useful. Second of all, yeah, I guess I don't have any other. Second of all, PO AV output settings assistant, and we're gonna create it with a preset, and that preset is gonna be, for now, this one. Let's start here. Did it have, yeah, preset blue? Nope. Preset dot that. Okay. So that creates that, and then if I say video settings, what does that give me? Okay, okay, okay. I like this. AV video codec key. Perfect. So now if I do that same thing, but I say MVHEVC 960 by 960, what does that include? HVC1. No! That's the one thing that I don't want it to be. What's the error? Compression property MV HEVC video layer IDs is not supported for the video codec type HVC1. And yet, if I look at what this gives me, it does seem to be saying that it's doing exactly that. Because if I look at this, AV video compression properties key has a value of video layer IDs. And it does that. So I kind of wonder, let output settings equals, what did I print here? That guy. Except bang. And then I take my output settings. And I just say output settings is output settings. Does that work? And if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna feel real dumb, because this is Apple telling me here's what should work. Compression property MV HEVC left and right view IDs is not supported for video codec type HVC1. Apple, you gave me these settings, dog. I don't think your celebration practice is gonna work, man. I need to know what that value is. Because I feel like that's got to be the problem. Is that there is a value for MVHEVC that is not HVC1. It is something different. And we just don't know what that value is. I'm guessing this isn't going to be any different. We'll try it. But my guess is this isn't going to be any different. Yeah. So Apple's own code is giving me the wrong value, or it's giving me values that don't work. I don't know that they're necessarily the wrong value. They're just not values that work. Video codec type HVC1. This is the problem. I think that this needs to be something different. I don't know what that We're going to continue doing what I do and being ridiculous. Sure, this is string to any. Yeah. Video codec is not compatible with file type, blah, blah, blah. So we just need to know what that codec value is. That's all we really need to figure out, is what value do you want here? I just don't know where we would find that value. Right? It's got to exist. Right? There's got to be some value here that I can specify. Instead of .video, use .muxt. I'm going to look at, see if there's anything else. But yeah, I can try .muxt. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm willing to try anything. I'm literally speechless. Invalid argument. It's valid. What does that mean? It's invalid because it's valid. How dare you? How absolutely dare you? That is the most wonderful exception I've ever seen. Yeah. I think that beats all those like really weird ones. Like that beats all of the ones like, you know, the all that is left to us is honor core data exception. Or what's the other one? There's one that has like a poem in it. But yeah, this takes the cake. I'm saving this one for later. Invalid argument. It's valid. I don't know if that's because of this one here being Cocoa still. What if I change this back to whatever that was before? I don't remember what it was before. AV video codec type. But that is kind of amazing. I love that. All right, let's keep going with this one. Save to files. What error do we have now? Okay, so now we're back to the other issue. Not supported for video codec type HEVC on. What happens if I try HEVC with alpha? Just for giggles. What does that do? Not supported for Muxa either. Power. You asked earlier, and I didn't answer. Is that what the M in MHVC stands for? No, it's MVHEVC, and that stands for Multi-View HEVC. Unless you're MHVC. Where did you find MHVC? Is that a thing that you made up, or is that a... Did you find those 4 digits somewhere? Because if you did... And that's the result. And that's the right thing. No. Well, now it's back to being valid, but it also said that when this was Cocoa, so... Yeah, okay. Could not select an open encoder instance. Now, what would be really nice is if there was some kind of method that told me what all of the valid codecs were. Is there anything like that that tells me like, what codecs do we have available? Video codec constants? Ooh. What's this? And does it contain VHEVC? It doesn't look like it. I mean, this would be the page that would have that information. Seems like this would be where that would be. Yeah, here we go. HEVC. HEVC1. HEVC with alpha. Muxa. But where's my MHEVC? What's even the words I'm looking for? MVHEVC. I mean, depth HEVC. That sounds interesting, right? I don't know if that means anything at all, but it's certainly an interesting difference. HEVC format with alpha support defined in Annex F. This constant is used to select the appropriate encoder, but it is not used on the encoded content, which is backwards compatible and hence uses HVC1 as its codec type. I'm going to just try def and see what that does. And then we can also try dish. Why not? Let's try all of the ones that say HEVC. The only thing in the entire page that says MV HEVC. There's also a Dolby Vision HEVC format. But yeah, depth HEVC. That sounds interesting. Let's try that. Well, at least it's not valid, but that gave me the exact same thing. What about dish? That was the other one. And I guess we could try the Dolby Vision format. I don't think that one's going to be anything exciting. Yep, also doesn't work. What was the other format? DVH1. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, this one is saying back to valid. Cannot select an open encoder instance at VT compression session. VT encoder selection. VT video encoder selection. I feel like I'm so close to figuring this out. I just need that 4-digit code. Part of me wants to just like try to brute force it. See if there's anything that doesn't throw an exception. That would be crazy, right? To try to do that. And yet, I don't really care about catching it in Swift. I'm willing to write Objective-C to do this. Can we even write Objective-C for visionOS? This is a thing that we can do. All right, here's where the night goes off the rails. This is where we're gonna. Okay. This just became an Objective-C stream. So what we want to do find valid codec. Yeah. And what we want to do is we basically want to, in a tight loop, try every possible alphanumeric 4-digit character code and see if any of them. Yeah, I guess this would really be void. We don't really want to return anything because we don't want it to return the first one. I guess what it could be, NS array. Can we do an NS array of NS string? It's been. So find valid codecs. If we say this returns an empty array. Sorry. It's not how you do this in Objective-C. What are we talking about? That returns an empty array. So NS array valid codecs equals empty array. Return valid codecs. And then, yeah, we need a for loop of like every single valid character. I'm really gonna brute force this rather than trying to think of like the most efficient way to do this. Nope, not let. What am I doing? NS array valid characters. This is gonna have so many @ signs in it. At A, at B, at C, at D, E, F, G, H, I. Surely there's an easier way to do this, but this is Objective-C. We don't take the easy way. There's gonna be like an NS character set that is this, and then I could NS character set lowercase letters, and then can I get like all of the characters out of that? See, now that's the problem, is I don't think I can get the characters out of a character set, because I can get the character set of lowercase letters, but if I want to say like give me all of the characters in this character set, I don't think I can do that. Yeah, so I think this is still the easiest way to do this. And his character set valid codec name. You had me going for a second until I realized that that was what it was. I was like, oh, you've got, oh no, you don't have an answer. TVW X. Yes, I do have to, at the end of the alphabet, go, okay, hang on. What letters am I missing? 0, 1. Now, I am making the assumption that capital letters aren't valid, which might come back to bite me. But if it does, I mean, we can always just try this again. All right. All of the lowercase letters and capital letters. Or sorry, all of the lowercase letters and numbers. So we're going to say for int I int I gotta remember how to write C now. Objective-C was bad enough. For int I is less than valid characters dot count I plus plus. Is it for int I equals 0? I think it might be that. That might be true. And then let's just, you know, I, J, K, L. This is good code. This is great code. Everybody should try this kind of code. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, hey, you know what? This would help. And then probably also doing it here too. Okay. So our string is going to be those characters appended together. So ns string attempted codec equals ns string string yeah, string of format. I think that's what we want. %@, %@, where this is valid characters I, J, K, L. Okay, so we're attempting blah, blah, blah. And then now this is where we get, this is where fun stuff happens. We try this, we catch that. Catch, we're gonna say ns log. Now what's interesting is I think I want to start by just logging whether it passed or failed. I think if we get through this and we didn't find one that worked, we may actually want to log the exception and see if there's any different ones. But I think we're going to start with just logging succeeded or failed. All right, and then if we did succeed, we also want to append it to valid codecs, right? You know what I just realized? This needs to be an NS mutable array because we don't have things like just mutability definitions in Objective-C. Valid codecs append, nope. Add object, yeah, there we go. Attempted codec. Yeah, okay. And then return valid codecs, but also let's just log this. NS log valid codecs. Valid codecs. What have I done? That applies to just all of this, but same deal. Incompatible pointer types. Excuse me, streamer. Don't try to judge me. I'm sorry. Why do you have four? My sins are many. Don't look directly at any of this code. This is a terrible thing to have done here. You're asking why I have four nested for loops and not why do I have just an array of the alphabet? Why am I writing any Objective-C whatsoever? Why am I doing any of this? Yes, I do have 4 nested for loops. Because I couldn't think of a better way to do it in short term. Basically, I need all valid combinations of 4 of these characters. That's what I need to do there. And that's why I have 4 nested for loops, because that was the most straightforward way to do that. But yeah, so we've got our codec hunter. Okay, so now we need to actually try the thing that we're trying to try here, right? You know, this is always going to succeed, so that's not a problem. No permutations or combinations method? God, I hope not. Because otherwise, you know, that was a waste of writing all of this stuff. But no, I don't think there is. Yeah, no, I don't think there is. NS array all combinations. Generating all combinations of elements in a single array. This is a JavaScript question. What? NS array. This is an Objective-C question. Yeah, all of these seem more clever than what I need. I need to run this code once. I don't think that I need to try the best possible approach, the shiniest possible approach. Hey, I forgot that headers are a thing. I need to actually define this here. Okay, so we have our codec hunter. Also, do I need to create like a import header for any of this? Do I have any idea what I'm doing? All right. Will that be constant? What do you mean, will it be constant? Let codec hunter. No. This is... Oh, yeah. Do I have to generate this at runtime? No. I am running this now to see if there is any possible value here that doesn't throw an error. Once I find that value, I'm hoping that I'm just going to type it in like this and then like throw all of this Objective-C code away. That's my hope. Hello, fellow game developer. I am not a game developer. But hello, fellow developer. Okay, yeah, this is not finding this codec hunter. It doesn't know what this is. I need to do like an Obj-C. No, the bridging header is the other way around, right? Man, I haven't written enough Objective-C. Hello, fellow other person. Yes. Obj-C bridging header. This is where we're going. Importing Objective-C into Swift. Why are all of these links purple? I have not written Objective-C in years. And by years, I mean like months at least. Project module name. Raku spoiled the hell out of you? Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that it's got all kinds of permutation type stuff. That seems, especially character permutations, that seems right up Pearl's alley. Like, they're all about text manipulation. To import, blah, blah, blah. So I guess I need to create this file. Alternatively, you can create a bridging header yourself by choosing file, new file, source, header file. I'm just like piling on the mistakes here. This is... should not be doing any of this. Bridging header. Import codec hunter.h. Yeah? Okay, so now I need to go into my project. Export vision, build settings. Yak farming at this point. Yeah, exactly. Bridge. Objective-C bridging header. Okay. So I need like a path. You got any paths in here? Derived info plist. Okay, so this is based on source root. So it needs to be export sources bridging dash header dot h. Okay, we can do this. Bridging. Okay. Export sources bridging header dot h. Please build. Build succeeded. Okay. So we have our codec hunter, and we're going to say print codec hunter dot find valid codecs. Eh? Okay. Right now they're all going to be valid codecs because we haven't actually done anything that is a problem. Which one of these lines actually crashes? Is it this line, or is it this line, or is it this line? And I think it's different. You trying to call me, Coach Connie? Oh, you texted me. I missed that. Yes, I am live. I would not say... I'm succeeding in being live, but I am definitely live. All right, so I guess, yeah, this is the absolute last place where it crashed. So let's kind of just grab all of this code. And let's put it in here. All good? Cool. So NS dictionary output settings equals at, and then it's curly braces, right, for an NS dictionary? AV video, yeah. We're gonna have to figure out how these work. AV video codec key. Click the Objective-C link. NS string star const AV video codec key. There we go. This is what we're looking for. And a string star const and an AV video codec key. I feel like that should just be a thing. So do I need to import AV Foundation? Is that why that's not working? At import AV Foundation. Do I need a semicolon there? Maybe. AV video codec key. There we go. And then this is going to be... Oh, we actually need our attempted codec. Attempted codec. And then we need all of our other problems. AV video width key 512. AV video height key 512. AV video compression properties key. This is another NS dictionary. KVT compression. Yeah, I need to import video toolbox, don't I? KVT compression property key MV HEVC. Does the type not list what codecs it accepts? So I found a list of codecs, and it does not include any that look like what I need, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What's fun is they actually provide a, is it in here? Yeah, that's right here. AV Output Settings Assistant, which takes in a preset and gives you these video settings, and the value it gives me crashes. This is supposed to just work. This line just works. It doesn't. It tells me that codec is wrong, or it tells me that that codec doesn't support this key specifically. Here, let's go to our big list of errors that we've got. Hey, first of all, you can't create this adapter because you need this key. Okay, great. Put in that key. Well, that's not a valid key. Okay, fine. Figure out how to actually include that key. We figured out how to actually include that key. That key, that property, not supported for this codec. Tried a bunch of ways to try to figure out what the valid codec was. We don't have that. So my last ditch attempt right here basically is I'm going to brute force it. I'm going to try every possible codec and see if any of them work. This is basically where I'm at right now. Is like, can I just brute force, see if any of these work? Any possible valid value. It does suck. This is what happens when you're working on a brand new platform that doesn't actually truly exist. It's not real yet. But let me show you the wait, what is this? AV video codec HEVC. Why do we have two of these? Hold on. If I AV video codec key, AV video codec type HEVC. I want to know why I suddenly have two of these. AV video codec HEVC. Video codec. Mostly because, like, if it turns out that it's actually just in here and I completely missed it, I'm going to be very sad. Yeah, so here's a bunch of AV video codec types. HEVC, H.264, JPEG, Apple ProRes, bunch of ProReses, HEVC with alpha. Now what I don't understand is there's these now. We get into here, which is basically the same thing as over again, but fewer of them. Yeah. What I'm looking for is an MV HEVC, which I can't figure that out. It doesn't seem to exist. That's what we're looking for, but we're having a lot of trouble with that. Where was the other one that I found? I think it was in like Video Toolbox. Oh yeah, here, this one. KCM Video Codec Type. I think this is what we found. And this one has way more, and it actually lists the values directly. However, this one also did not include anything called like MV HEVC. And I tried all of the ones that just say regular HEVC, HEVC1, Muxa, DVH, and then the two down here, Dish and Def. None of these work either. I was really hoping that Depth was going to work, but it didn't. So yeah, now I'm in the realm of just like try all of them, see what happens. Okay, attempted codec, blah blah blah, and then yeah, property key, MV, HEVC, video layer IDs. array of 2. At array of 2. At array of at 2. How many things do I need? CF string ref is not. See, now this is where things kind of fall apart. CF string to NS string. I know this is toll-free bridge, but I don't remember how that works in Objective-C. Can you literally just cast it at for the width and height? Possibly. I don't... Maybe. Yeah, does it want... I mean, it would have to be objects, right? Because in Objective-C, you can't just put floats in a NS dictionary. That doesn't work. And then this is a CF number. And yeah, so it's toll-free bridge to NS number. So yeah. Okay, well there's our output settings. We hope. And then AV asset writer input, writer input, AV asset writer input, alloc init with media type, AV media type muxt, output settings, right? Yeah. And then we're going to say video writer. Oh, we need a video writer. Put that out here. What is our video writer? Try AV asset writer. Output URL. AV asset writer. Asset. Just writer. AV asset writer. Alloc init with content type. Is that going to be easier? Sure. Content type ut type dot. No, ut type. MPEG 4 movie. Declaration must be imported from module blah blah blah. Import uniform type identifiers. Cool. So now we have a writer, and then we're just going to say writer add input. Writer input. And then we need an adapter. AV asset writer input tagged pixel buffer group adapter equals AV asset writer input tagged pixel buffer alloc init with asset writer input writer input. Nil. Yeah, let's call that good enough. We also need to put this NS log somewhere else. Put it right here. All right. Should we try it? Okay. I should put all of these inside of the @try. That would help. Herp. It's like, why didn't it catch the exception? Oh yeah, because I didn't put it inside of the try catch. That would help. That does seem important. Okay. So this is going to run for a minute. But I kind of want to just do a search for like succeeded, see if any of them succeed. No. Yeah, I didn't like that. Let's clear the filter and just like watch it happen. Well, it's in the D's. I don't know like where I would even expect it to exist, if it does exist. Anybody want to take bets? Here, can I start a prediction? There we go. We can start a prediction to see if it exists. If it does exist, where do we expect to see it? My guess would be in either the H's or the M's. I mean, what we'll get at the very end of this is we'll get this NS log of, does it exist at all? Or rather, we'll get all of the ones that didn't die. So we don't really have to, like, watch this closely. Just be like, oh, was there a succeeded in here somewhere? We don't really have to worry about that. If this fails, like I said, I want to see if I want to like log the exception message. And maybe we get rid of all of these NS logs, because I think that will actually slow it down to just have all of these NS logs. But I want to like put it almost in like a dictionary based on the exception message, and then see like how many different exception messages we have. But I also don't remember if those exception, yeah, do the exception messages have, yeah, is not supported for video codec type. So, but I gotta imagine that we won't see that for most of these. I assume that what we're gonna see for most of these is this is valid error, because those don't actually exist. But yeah, my guess is this would run a lot faster if I wasn't NS logging all of these. Because I think NS log does actually like stop the system for a bit to log that out. At least while the debugger is connected. You're a monster. You are an absolute monster. Oh God, I love it. I'm going to turn that off to run it again, but that is hilarious. I will admit that that was funny. I am going to disable that while I run that again. Just so nobody gets the idea to do it a second time. But bravo. That was perfect. It was absolutely properly hooked up. The crash or what? Is there something else that you didn't think was properly hooked up? The crash, yeah. I mean, yeah, that was brilliant. Brilliant timing. I am gonna, yeah, I am disabling it to do this again. No, but I can't start from T because I don't know if any of them actually succeeded or not. Because it also lost the logs of all of the ones that succeeded. Because we didn't bail early if it passed. So where we would end up is like, if it passed and we just missed it, like while I command tabbed over to something else, like, or, you know, it's just moving that fast. I actually don't know where. Like, I don't know if any of them had passed and we just missed it. So yeah, no, I am starting over from the beginning. I could change it to output only successful logs, but I think having it with the failed logs, at least, like, lets me see the progress. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I probably don't need to log the word failed. That is true. It would be faster to not log the word failed at all. I feel like we would still be getting these, like, could not select an open encoder logs. Either way. So I don't know how much it's actually going to save anything to not log those, but... Yeah, let's try writing that other one while we're waiting for this to happen. If I want to log a dictionary of, like, what are my exceptions? NS dictionary, NS mutable dictionary. Exception. Counts. This is going to be, well, that. That's just going to be an empty dictionary. No, that's not how that works. NS mutable dictionary. Dictionary? Oh god, I hit Command B. You need to be really careful not to hit Command R, because that will stop it again. And then if I get an exception... Yeah, so I want to see... NS string message equals exception message. So like NS exception. What's on NS exception? Name reason. I think reason is probably what we want. reason. But this is nullable. If message not equal to null. Then we're gonna say NS number existing count. Exception counts. Message. If existing count is nil, exception counts message equals existing count, or sorry, equals 0. Sorry, equals 1. Else exception counts equal, or exception counts message equals NS number with int existing count int value plus 1. We're in the Z's. Okay, so there's our exception counts, basically. We don't have the NS log failed anymore. I would say we don't even have the NS log succeeded. And we really probably don't need to log the attempt. We could move the attempt to up here. So just to get like a general idea of where we're at. Nim can output Objective-C? Really? Did not know that. And so then we have our valid codecs, and then NSLog exception. Might need to replace the attempted codec name with **** in the reason. So I thought about that. And I mean, yeah, maybe. We could start there. Because what I'm thinking is like, it seemed like that was not... It seemed like it only happened in a few ones, and so I kind of want the full thing, but I guess maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, we might as well. So, exception reason, replacing string by replacing occurrences of string, attempted codec with string, ****. I mean, it's not hard to do, so we might as well do it. Okay, we're getting real close to the end here. Valid codecs, completely empty. Bummer. Okay. So yeah, let's log this again. Free money. I'm not going to resolve the prediction until we truly give up. But yes, it's probably free money. I'm going to look at the exception counts. We're going to try that. Yeah. We're going to try that. We'll see what we get there. Because my wondering is if we... Yeah, I honestly have no idea. I also don't know what I'm going to do if I can't get this to work. I'm not going to give up on this entire project. I guess what I need to do is I need to open a feedback and be like, hey, I used literally your tool for giving me the right thing and it didn't work. And then I'm going to attach this entire video of me losing my mind and writing Objective-C with nested for loops and telling them, this is what you've wrought. You terrible people. That's what I'm going to do. And then hopefully, like, yeah, I file the feedback and then they're like, oh yeah, you actually need this value. Or, you're right, this is totally broken. Deal with it. I don't know what they want. Man, it felt like we were making such progress really early on, and then we got to this stupid problem, and we just like stopped dead. I also feel like Xcode really does need a reboot at this point. That's programming, baby. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna force kill Xcode. We're gonna start over. All right. And we did actually replace this, right? Okay, we did. All right. All right. Let's rerun this with the exception counts. Yeah, this really is just printing all of these, but it does seem to be going a lot faster. So let's just do attempting. Yeah, I guess the reason why I wanted to not replace the adapter names is because I wanted to know which ones were the outliers. Because we know that they're not all going to be different. I think we know that we should have at least 2 that are different. Most of them are going to be that not valid. Or is valid. Error. And then I think at least 2 of them will be this isn't valid for this particular codec. Which I think is going to be HVC1 and then Muxa. And then I'm very curious to see if we have anything that is not those 2. And the problem that I'm going to run into is like, if we have one that is not those 2, and it doesn't tell me which one it is, I'm going to be very mad about that. Because I'm going to need to rerun it again and like look for that specific message. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to put a breakpoint right here. because I get the feeling that we're going to NS log that, and it's just going to say like NS dictionary and give me the memory address, and I'm going to be... No! I've ruined my attempt. I don't think that's how that works, but I want to make sure that I have the ability to manipulate exception counts when we get down to it. I'm going to definitely speed up this part on the YouTube VOD. Just like staring at the screen as we wait for all of these things to run. Hey, we're in the numerics. Now the other thing that we haven't tried yet, you know, something might be worth looking into is like, are there any of those codecs that were capital letters? Because that's the other thing that we haven't tried. But I don't think there are any capital letters in here yet. Oh shoot, there are. But that feels like it's going to take even longer. I mean, it's obviously going to take even longer because you're adding a bunch more combinations. But capital letters are definitely an option, as are spaces. We didn't try that. I think trying those might be a thing that I maybe do offline. Really what I'm hoping is that I will be able to file a feedback and they're just like, oh yeah, here's the value you needed. Or, you moron, why would you even ever attempt to do this? That's also a possibility. Or yeah, this totally works, but it only works on the Mac. Or it doesn't work in the simulator. Or it doesn't do something like that. Alright, where are we at? Valid codex is empty. Exception count has 30 keys. How? Oh, here, let's actually delete this first. I swear if Xcode decides to crash right now just of its own volition. Hey, Escamina, how are you doing? Xcode, I swear to God, if you crash on me. Notifies channel brought you here? Nice. Have you tried .NET MAUI to compare performance? I have not. I have done, in the precursor to .NET MAUI was Xamarin. I've done some Xamarin in the past. Here we go. I like it. Of course it's going to have problems. Just arbitrary 4-letter codes. Of course this is going to happen. That's funny. Any 4-letter run of this is just going to happen. Okay, but yeah, output settings dictionary is valid. We had most of those. Then we had 5 MV-HEVC video layer IDs is not supported for that video codec type. That's an interesting one. Why 5? And then nothing else. How did Xamarin go? Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It definitely had its quirks. This was also like 7 years ago. This was quite a while ago. So all of this information is way out of date. Yeah, about 7 years ago? Yeah, about 7 years ago. So five values here. I really want to know what those 5 values were. But I don't want to know it hard enough to try this again. My guess is that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we just try those 5 real quick? Dish depth. Here, let's do a run of these with just those 4. Xcode doesn't know what to do. And we will bring back the let's bring back alerts, overlays, because I think we're done running the giant ones for now. I might, yeah, like I said, I might run the capital letters one off stream. But yeah, let's get rid of these for loops. It's terrible, terrible for loops. Well, we still need a for loop, right? It's gonna be for int I equals 0. I is attempted codecs, which we haven't actually created yet. Don't worry about it. I plus plus. Attempted codecs is going to be an NS array. Attempted codecs equals empty array, sorry. And then, yeah, what was those values? KCM, yeah, I'm just gonna grab them here. And these are just 4 character codes. Unsigned int. Fine. We'll do it the hard way. And then I remember the other two were dish and depth. That's all of them. Dish and def. Yep. Okay. I think this is the final run here. If we don't get this, then we're just gonna give up on it for now. Or sorry, I mean, we know this is not gonna work. What we're trying to figure out is, are these those 5 that all had the same errors? If they are, then we know that there's not really any missing knowledge. If they aren't, then we might have missing knowledge, and we need to go search for it. I guess the one remaining piece of missing knowledge would be the spaces in the capital letters, because those are still options. I really hope that that's not one of the ones that they picked, but it could be. Yeah, what we're hoping to see here. Well, I don't know what we're hoping to see here. If the hope is that there's still something to chase, what we're hoping to see is that exception count is not 5, that it's less than that, and that we still have some other choice. If our hope is that we have fully understood the problem and we just don't know how to fix it, then we will see 5. I don't know what we're hoping for. Okay, so we have 4. Which one? Okay, we're gonna just log this now at this point, I think. Because which one's different is now the question. Because that means that we have a 5th one that we don't understand. Def, dish, HVC, or HVC1, muxa. The one that's different is DVH1, the Dolby Digital one. So which one had that value but was not one of those 4? Maybe we try just these. Hold on. Because maybe we see if there's a fifth one in any of these. Let's go to VS Code, because... Do we get to 5 if we just use this set? One, two, three, four, five. AVC1. That's H.264, right? Yeah. Weird. But yeah, there's our 5. Okay. So we're not going crazy and missing one. Just a random one. So H.264 also gives us that error. Compression property MV-HEVC video layer IDs is not supported for H.264 and 4 of the 5 HEVCs. Which is not the Dolby Vision HEVC. It's completely different. Don't worry about it. Man, I don't know what to do at this point. I feel like I kind of just gotta bother them. Go bother Apple feedback. Just be like, hey, I tried this. It doesn't work. Because, yeah, I think I'm straight up out of ideas. Yeah, these are the ones that they give me, in case you weren't here forever ago. They give me a set of output settings. We can just say, give me output settings for MV-HEVC. And they're like, okay, here you go. Here's the output settings. And then I pass those output settings here. And it's just like, why would you try this? Why would you try these values? These values aren't supported. Compression property, MV-HEVC, left and right view IDs is not supported. And there's a very real chance that I am the first person outside of Apple to even be trying this. Maybe somebody at Disney cares. I doubt it, because they're not producing content on the Vision Pro. So there's got to be something here that I'm... yeah, I don't know. There's nothing in here. What is AV Asset Export Preset Settings? What is this for? What's an asset export preset? AV asset export session. Export session with asset preset name. I mean, I'm really just out of ideas at this point, so I'm gonna try anything that sticks, maybe. Let asset equals, is that what you want? AV asset? So we create like an AV asset. We just create an empty AV asset. I don't think this is going to work, but... I really just want something that's going to help me. I don't know what to do. Create a concrete instance. Okay, so what inherits AV asset? I guess a init with URL. Ooh, a URL to a local remote or HLS media resource. Hold up. Because we have those. Where's our other documentation? Actually, hold on. We may have just unlocked something. We may not have. I don't want to get our hopes up too high. But what if we can take a look at this one? I'm testing a couple different things here. What's going on? Preset name. Okay, well that doesn't help me with anything. Just gives me the preset name. AV asset export session. What can you tell me about this? Output file type we already know is null. Video composition? Isn't really. Yeah, what I'm looking for in here is like a codec, basically. I don't see anything in here. Yeah, I was really hoping that this would have a codec in here, but I don't see anything like that. And we have our AV video composition. Yeah, I don't see anything in here that would give me that information. Yeah, that's null anyway. Okay. So my next question is, what do we know about the URL asset, PO asset? Audio visual types? I feel like part of the problem here is we're not going to have... Oh. What? Yeah, this hasn't actually loaded anything yet, so we're not going to be able to find... A variance has been explicitly marked unavailable. Load the value of variance asynchronously instead. Maybe partial async property. What? I don't know what this means to be a static var. So what is this? This is PO AV URL asset dot tracks. Static var tracks. Yeah, I don't understand. AV partial async property. AV partial async property dot tracks dot load. And no, I don't understand how this works. Available when root conforms to AV asset. Dot load. AV asynchronous key value loading. I don't understand what this means. Oh, is there a load method on AV asset, maybe? Yes, okay. So PO asset dot load dot tracks. Yeah, how do I call an async function in LLDB? Can I do that? Asset has no tracks. Yeah, I'm out of ideas. I mean, I can look up metadata, common metadata. I would have hoped that tracks would have included this kind of thing. I don't know what I'm looking for. I really don't. Yeah, and even if we grab that actual data, I have a feeling it's going to be just like that Muxa, which is the resulting value is still going to be HVC1. We just need a different key to trigger the encoder. And so even if we get this data, I don't think it's going to be useful. So I think, unfortunately, that is going to be it for me tonight. I know that we made a lot of progress, or made a lot of... I think we've got the general shape of this right. I really think that all we need is we need to know what that code is right there. And we just don't have that code. Or we've got something else that's not quite right. Or there's some, yeah, we're not understanding something is what's going on. And so, yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's where I'm going to have to stop tonight. I will be back tomorrow. And, yeah, we're going to, yeah, probably have a longer stream tomorrow because I got the day off, all day off. Your money is on the code being HEVC and there's some settings dictionary key value to add. Ooh, that's another option. Fun stream as always. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I need to award you guys your points. Hold on. We'll do that. We'll end on at least some people get some points. Prediction result is no. I don't know. Oh, yeah. 1,230 points go to Adam Wolf and Raycat Who Dat. Nice. All right, well, since nobody bet yes, I think that just means you guys get your points back. I think that's all that means, but hey, you know what? It's there. But yeah, no, I will definitely file a feedback on this. I'll post probably in the Discord. Hey, you should join the Discord. If I find anything out, because I know people are going to be, you know, really worried about this. Like, you know, when will we learn what that code is? Something like that. I'm sure that you all are just eager to find out whether or not that code exists. But until then, yeah, I'll file a feedback. It's gonna be hard to sleep tonight. Exactly. I'll file a feedback. I'll let you know if I find anything out. And until then, yeah, we're just gonna set down the 3D video export and hope that that's something that we can implement later. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.